Let's look a little bit closer in some of those properties in particle system. So we'll go over definition of each of them. Remember, depending on what you're using, this some may be different. Now look on all of those different ones. So first we'll look on a play. The size is will represent size of our brush. And it's straightforward. If we have a larger size, it's creating a larger brush as well. Particles, it's how many particles we have it in our brush, and it's going from 1 till 100. The more particles, and you can see right here soft light, how they're affecting, more than affecting each other, the less particles, the less interaction will happen in them. And this is more visible when we, for example, will use it some dotted line or some other particles elements in this. Okay, next we have the span, which is the span between the particles in the brush. Let's go, for example, lower span. Again, we cannot, kind of hard to see on this one. It's probably better if we're using some other elements in this case. But you will notice more, and if we have a higher span element, the more span will happen between particles. Okay, let's bring a little bit down again. The softness, this is kind of interesting between the softness and speed, because in one case you can see we have a high softness, speed, it's kind of become crawling, you kind of hardly can see almost. So it seems like with the speed as well, we can have it very slow speed or very fast, sorry, and if we're going opposite, we can have it the same very slow speed. Those is actually two different ones. If softness is responsible on a higher value, they slow down the speed of the stroke and created actually more defined stroke. So it's a smoother, better kind of edges. However, it is reaction time, it's become very, very slow. So in some cases, maybe you want this for details, but again, it's slow. And the speed overall, it's at the speed of the particles, which represent the brush reaction time. So the higher the speed, they said the more active brush it's happening. And you can see when I increase high, it's going super fast. Over places. Okay. And in some cases, we can always have it softer and nice representation brush, bring speed up. And in this case, we have a nice design brush, but again, with a good responsive time. Okay, next we have our center. And a center is a setting that allowed set as global attraction of force of the particles from 0 to 100. The higher value, the higher is attraction. So example, let's go to set center 100%. And you can see how they attract to the center. And again, we set opposite. And mostly you can see when we start going around, like in this areas right here, it's kind of attracting versus other ones just stay closer, attracted to the center of our brush. Okay, let's actually leave it speed here. Right, center, maybe around there. Okay, next we have a focus, and a focus is actually set individual attractions force of the particles, so it's not overall global. Example, let's go to set maximum, and you can see how we're going. Actually, you know what, let's remove this one. So this is always set with force set to 100, and let's go take force to 0. You can see the difference mostly when we start going around, like in this area with higher force. So it does manipulate with the setting for each individual attractions. Okay, and then next we also have a canvas under this, which is set parameters again from 0 to 100 you can set. And it is actually interesting because the closer particle to the cursor itself, that it's more chaotic it gets. So for example, we can set 100%, and actually on this one a little bit hard seeing these particles. So let's go switch maybe to different one. I think this one may work better. Okay, and you can see chaotic right here. We'll take focus down. Let's bring some all of those down. Okay, and chaotic 0. Okay, now our speed need to be increased. Okay, and now let's go take increase chaotic more. And you can see how now acting way more from the center of our brush. Okay, the noise, it's set parameter again from 0 to 100, and each particle that has random and constant attractions force. So the higher, okay, so the chaotic, as we change, you can see our brush is even representing how much happening to our brush. Again, as we're going to on a noise, and we reduce our noise, and you can see how noise of our brush is reducing as well, become less noisy. With a combination of all of these properties, we can manage and we can create a different type of brush that we can use it kind of more realistic. Okay, let's look on a ribbon, and you notice in a ribbon we have it different, but we add flexibility and we lost many other one properties as well. So right here the size will be exactly the same. The particle size will same set particle. The length, however, it's a length of the brush stroke. So and it's, you can see as we changing length and our brush is changing on the screen. So this is, we have the higher length of our brush. Okay, so let's go reduce, and you can see right there how our brush is changing on the link. So speed will be same thing. It's a set the speed of particles, the representation of brush reaction time. Focus, again, it is individual attraction force of the particle to the center of the brush. And our flexibility will affect also how the flow of the brush. So example, let's go to reduce flexibility of our line of our brush. And notice when we go create a corner, we do have some of those, like right here, you can see our brush, they're a little bit less flexible and more stiff. However, if we switch, increase our flexibility higher, notice our brush start have a little bit more flow effect. And at this point, it's creating much more attractive to the original start point, the last particles, and you can monitor and watch how the affecting happen. So with flexibility, we can create more fluid-like effect with our brushes.